Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. Hi, thank you. It is right now, the time is 6 o'clock p.m. We are going to go on ahead and call to order our meeting today. Is May the 19th, 2026. And so, with that being said, thank you so much for coming. Um, if anyone has public comments, there is a sign up sheet in the back of the room. Could please make sure that you have signed in if you wish to speak. We will entertain your comments during public comments. So at this time, we're going to go on ahead and have the call to order and the roll call. So, Mrs. Ambide, if you could please.
Yeah. Ms. Frazier,
Here.
Dr. Robinson,
Here.
Tamayo,
Here.
Mr. Williams, Mrs. Wills Hill,
Here.
Mr. Gallegos,
Here.
Ms. Don Juan.
Here.
Madam President, we have a quorum.
Thank you so very much. We're moving ahead to item 1.3. Have a special guest soloist. I'm so excited to sing the national anthem, and it is Miss Aspen McLean. So we will stand and do the pledge and the singing of the national anthem.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? The Harrison School District 2 mission statement is to graduate college and career-ready students with the knowledge, skills, attitude, and behaviors to personally succeed and to contribute to the common good. Thank you.
Thank you. You did an awesome job. We could listen to you sing like a whole concert here. So thank you so much. All right. We are moving ahead to item 2.1. It is, I need a motion to adopt the agenda, please.
Madam President, I move to approve the agenda as stated.
Second.
Motion to approve the agenda as stated by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Frazier. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We have a meeting. All right. Moving on to item 3.1, we are showcasing Sierra High School. That was quiet. Are you guys sure you're here? I mean, try a little harder. So I said showcasing Sierra High School. We have Mr. Connor Bodwin, principal, Miss Cynthia Jakay, Mr. Keith Basillion, Miss Brianna Apodaca, Mr. Brian Vecchio, all the assistant principals. So at this time, the floor is yours.
Hi, everyone. Um, we are the proud members of Sierra's peer mediation team. We do a lot of work with conflict resolution and social and emotional learning, and we are so thankful to be here. Real quick, we're going to introduce ourselves. My name is Persia Hankins. I'm a junior at Sierra High School.
My name is Valeria Sanchez Ariola, and I'm a junior at Sierra High School.
My name is Gustavo Valdovinas, and I am a senior at Sierra High School.
My name is Trinity Sanders, and I'm a senior at Sierra High School.
My name's Helen Zamora, and I'm a junior at Sierra High School along with the student athlete. At Sierra, these are our staff demographics. For admin, we have one principal, three assistant principals, one athletic director, one dean of students, and one dean of restorative practices. For staff, we have 54 teachers and 13 paraprofessors. For instructional support, we have one instructional coordinator, one instructional coach, one math interventionist, and one reading interventionist. For student support, we have 4 counselors, one college and career counselor, 2 social workers, one school psychologist, one dropout preventionist, one community connection liaison, and 2 SSC specialists.
Our 2025 through 2026 enrollment is 868 students. Our free reduced lunch rate is 82.8%. Our minority rate is 84.4%. Our multilingual rate is 15.9%. Our special education rate is 18.7%, and our gifted rate is 4.0%.
At Sierra, we have a mission of excellence in every endeavor, which include pre-AP, AP, CTE, and internships, concurrent enrollment, athletics and activities, and freshman focus.
Next, we will be talking about the academic performance at Sierra High School. For our school performance framework in 2022, we were rated as priority improvement. But as you can see from the year 2023 to 2025, we have been in improvement, and that is because we became a pre-AP school during those years and currently are. In 2025, we have made a 0.6 difference.
As you can see on the screen, these are our AP pillars, which include academic conversations, close observation and analysis, evidence-based writing, and high-order questions.
At Sierra High School, we like to celebrate our advanced placement current data. In 2021, you can see we had a total of 112 AP students, but now in 2025, we had 193 students. And we had 164 exams in 2021, but now we have 302 exams being taken in 2025. In 2021, we had 15 students score a 3 or above on those exams, but in 2025, we had 54 students score 3 or more. And in 2021, 13.39% of the students that took the exam scored a 3 or higher. And in 2025, 27.98% of those students scored higher.
Freshman focus at Sierra. Sierra's definition of on track is if freshman students end the school year off with 1 F or less. When compared to the 2022 school year, the freshmen who are on track has increased. We also notice our passing rates have also increased and our suspensions have went down.
Okay, continuing on, we're going to talk about personal development and success. At Sierra, we offer CTE pathways to prepare our students to enter into the workforce and continue their passion. So at Sierra, we offer 12 pathways, including industries recognized certifications, including design and multimedia, theater technology,
automotive, and engineering. At Sierra High School, we operate under 3 types of honor roll in order to give all students the same opportunity. One category we have is Stallion Honor Roll, and this GPA range is a 3.0 to 3.49. We had 126 of our students recognized for this. We also have Sierra Honor Roll with the GPA ranging from 3.5 to 3.9, with over 139 students recognized for this. And for Principal Honor Roll, this is 4.0 and higher, which is the highest you can get at Sierra. We had 49 students recognized.
Um, as a member of the Principal Student Advisory Council, we work on leadership skills. We work on helping students use I notice and I wonder statements. We work on analyzing data for the whole school for students basically as well, and we use logic models as well.
So moving forward, based on our 4 AP pillars that we mentioned earlier, teachers have reported that academic conversation and evidence-based writing is the main struggles in the classroom. So this upcoming school year, we want to focus on mainly that. Um, so far planned, we have teachers planning discourse opportunities and executing them. Students also should take accountable talk, academic accountable talk.
One of our school's biggest strengths is our students and community. At our school, students work together, support each other, and stay involved in school activities. Our school creates an environment where students can connect, learn, and grow. Our school highlights different parts of our student life like sports, band, clubs, academics, and school events. All of these activities bring students together and help create a strong sense of community. Our mascot and school colors represent the pride students and staff have being part of the school.
Sierra High School celebrates strong student athletes and achievements with programs like 90 Seconds with the Stallion, highlighting student athletes and school pride. This showcases the experience of student athletes and campus life. We will now show a video of one of our student athletes, Vivian.
I'm Brian Vecchio, Athletic Director at Sierra High School. Today I'm with senior Vivian Valenzuela, and this is 90 Seconds with a Stallion. All right, so softball, swimming, Stuco, taking college classes now. What's been your favorite part about being a D2 student in Sierra High School?
Just the opportunities that Sierra gives me with taking college classes and being a part of the Pikes Peak program.
So who's the funniest teammate that you ever played with?
This one was really hard for me, but I'd say my former teammate Jessica because like we just like clicked and our humor was there like together. So like the more we were together, the more funnier it got.
You two are quite a pair.
Yes.
So go to Chipotle, Qdoba, or Legal Pete's?
I'd say Chipotle because I feel like it's just better than Qdoba and I've never tried Illegal Pete's.
Oh, got options.
Yeah.
Okay, so I know you're super close with your family. You got a great family. Who's the best athlete in the group?
I was gonna go with me, but I'd say my little brother Ben because he's still a kid and he's still learning, but he's just out there going and playing every single sport right now. Just doing his thing.
And they're your biggest supporters
Yep.
too, I know. All right, so if there was a movie made about you, who would you want to play you in the movie?
I was gonna go with Adam Sandler with the wig because he just like represents like he has a lot of humor and I feel like he would do really good playing me.
I think he could capture you pretty well.
Yeah.
Sierra High School has also reached a major milestone with the 85.2% graduation rate, setting a new record. This reflects the collective impact of staff commitment and student commitment too.
I got the easy part.
I have a question for your students who talk.
Yes.
Who's your favorite administrator and why? And you don't have to pick him.
Personally, I really like Miss Jackie. I feel like she gives me so much support. All like it's never changed. Every school year, there's always the same amount of support, and I feel like it shows that she really cares about me. I mean, I get it.
Me personally, I'd say Miss Ellis because we carpool together.
For me personally, it's Mr. Basela, and he's been there when I've been down, and he's helped me do a lot for my post-secondary education as well.
Well, for me personally, honestly, I don't have a favorite, and that's honestly only because it depends on the day. Depending on what I'm going through, there's always a staff member that can accommodate to my feelings, my emotions, or even the event.
I personally don't also have a favorite because I've had multiple interactions with all administrative and, I've had different moments with them, so I can't really compare one another or have a favorite with them.
I don't have a favorite, but it's okay. I love all of them.
My favorite would be either Mr. K or Mr. Vecchio, just because Mr. K helped me a lot with. She's one of the reasons I'm in peer mediation. And Mr. Vecchio, he just, I could talk sports with him, so you know.
Aspen, come on up.
I think that my favorite admin has to be Mr. Bodwin. He offers me a lot of opportunities within our district. He's always connecting me with different opportunities. Even when I first started at Sierra, he was always an admin within the building that was always very hype and always someone to talk to. So
Next question, please.
I had one question, and there's a connection there. She knew what to say because that was my baby.
We'll take it.
But looking at your focus, which I love that you narrowed it, you and your staff, you have those two. But the evidence-based writing, how are teachers working with that challenge with AI?
Yeah, no, that's great. The foundation that we're going to be working with next year starts. It actually came from the district. Ms. Laufer has been really leading this push called the Writing Revolution. And the beauty of the Writing Revolution is that it breaks it down by all four of our core pillars. Being a former English teacher myself, in days past, it was always kind of the English teachers teach literacy, right? Math handles math, and we know that's not true. It has to be an all hands on deck process. So first and foremost, we feel we have a really good foundation where it'll be every department has specific things that they're focusing on. The English department for 1 month will have a focus, and then they kind of lay that foundation, but then they can expect to see it in science, social studies, and math. So I think that's first and foremost is the most important. But with AI specifically, and our district, I think has been really ahead of this curve, is embracing it, right? We know that studies are coming out. Any individual that is going into the workforce needs to know how to use this technology that is rapidly changing week by week, it almost sounds like. So what we've said is you have to embrace it and not try to shun it, right? We know when we tell kids absolutely not, line in the sand, that's only going to make them want to use it more. So we've worked with teachers of first and foremost, how can it help save you time with your planning, with your grading, with things like that? And how do we use it as a tool for students to check work, to balance writing and things like that? So we've really taken an approach as a district to embrace AI and figure out where does it work best for students and teachers.
I'll just say thank you for the presentation, students, because clearly you did all the work. Mr. Bodwin owes you lunch tomorrow, so just order whatever you need because you got him out of presenting. But I love the pride at Sierra. Just the school pride is evident when you walk the halls. It's evident when you watch you on the court, when you watch you in the band. It's just the pride is through and through. My own son went to Sierra, so I'm a stallion mom. Woo! No. Harrison is not as happy about that, so I can share it when you're here, but Harrison doesn't like that. But I'm so thankful that you're out there representing our community and changing the mentality of what people think of Sierra High School. So thank you.
I just wanted to say thank you so much for bringing so much light. I know as a board, our hearts are with Sierra High School during this time, and may all that light shine and guide our path forward, and especially in remembrance of those that we miss. So thank you so much for bringing so much light and joy, and that is the Stallion spirit. So thank you so much.
I had a question about the CTE pathways. So I know like some students who like didn't know about them or like found out about them too late to be a part of them. So is there like a way we're advertising that to freshmen to get them in it like right away?
There's a beautiful, beautiful question, Ms. Don Juan. So CTE is a big shift that we're making in our school, in large part because of Dr. Page. Dr. Page, it's something that has been in the district, but Dr. Page brings a specific CTE knowledge that he was doing up in Denver. So as we've built out these pathways, we call them different levels of classes, right? Level 1 is that intro level, then you go up to a level 2, a level 3. A lot of times in that level 3 is when they're going to take those industry recognized certification tests. So the first thing is we had to plan out those pathways, right? What were the classes we were going to offer? A shift that I actually made with my counselors this year is every year our counselors around this time, a couple weeks ago, go to all of our middle schools and they get students to enroll in the classes. And a shift that I made because we have 8 periods, right? We're on a block schedule. 4 of those are going to be core classes, so kids have 4 electives. A shift that I felt was important for exposure is every 8th grader signs up for a CTE pathway. So it's an intentional shift that happened where it's not just here's a million electives, pick whichever ones. They get to pick their electives, but we're saying here are 13 pathways that can lead to preparing you for the real world or just preparing you for college or military. It's just rigorous content with transferable skills. And so we ensure that our 8th graders are signing up for at least one of those pathways. They can sign up to more for more if they're interested in more, but they all sign up for at least one.
Thank you so very much for your contribution on this evening, as it is, because they really did the work, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. You know, I have nothing but love for you, right? Okay. So this time we're going to, we have some presentations. So if we can have.
I'm so sorry, Miss Wills Hill. I completely forgot. There is one more thing that we did want to talk about at our school, if I could have just one more moment. We actually have a special event that is happening in the next couple of days. Can I get everybody to stand, please? Let's all stand. Let's stretch those legs. 7th inning stretch. We have a birthday coming up for the great and powerful Dr. Burhansel and, of course, Miss Rachel Loffer as well. So I'm going to lead us in the best choir that I can do. I'm going to count down from 3. Let's give a good happy birthday. Let's get the whole song. Let's sing for Dr. Burhansel. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dr. Burhansel and Rachel Loffer. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Thank you, Miss Wills Hill. I'm now done.
Okay, so Mr. Bodwin, you are really in the doghouse now. So, student participants, Valeria Sanchez Ariola, Trinity Sanders, Amelia Hamilton, Sydney Cruz Mobley, Zion Nicholson, Helen Zamora, Persia Hankins, Gustavo Valdivinas, and Aspen McLean. Please come up. We're going to take a picture with you and we have something for you. And you can bring your admin and the parents, and if you have any parents here, you can come up. Thank you very much. We are now to item 4.1, it is student recognition, and we've had some outstanding things that have occurred this school year. First of all, we're going to recognize Harrison High State wrestler Stacia Clemens. Are you here, Stacia? Well, come on up. Come on up, Stacia.
So Stacia qualified for state. Tell us about your experience. And she's a animal on the mat in a nice way.
Okay. My experience at state was really good. I had all 6,000 of my coaches there. I had one of my teammates, and I feel like it was really good, like team bonding, because we don't get a lot of team bonding on the wrestling team. So I was kind of like, okay, this is fun, you know? And it was only like the girl athletes always got to stay home. So it was like really nice. Wasn't so stinky. Um, I feel like going to state my sophomore year kind of set me up for the rest of my high school career. I feel like my experience only like propelled me to continue and to do better. I think my experience was just really good, to be honest.
How did you get interested in wrestling?
Okay. So it all kind of sprung from boxing. I boxed for a while and then I stopped for my freshman year just for a little bit. Looking to go back as soon as possible. Even though we're sophomore year now. Promise I'm going back. But wrestling really kind of came off that. I was like, oh, this would be a really great way to stay conditioned and whatnot. And I actually had an uncle that was wrestling too. So well, wrestled, not anymore. But I feel like it really sprung off that. It kind of started as, oh, I'm just gonna do this to get better at this, you know, stay conditioned. And then I joined and I met Coach Mason and I met my team and I was like, oh man, this is not just gonna be for conditioning anymore. I kind of realized I found another
another thing I was good at. So another thing to put under my belt in life. I decided, I actually really like this. I actually really like the hands-on contact more than other sports I've done. So getting interested in that was, for one, Coach Mason and Coach McDonald coming to hunt me down in the hallways. And really just the push from my peers being like, no, why not? No one else joins it, so why don't you try it out? So I did, and I kind of just fell in love with it from then on.
Yeah. Is her coach here?
No, my coach is not here at this moment.
So those of you who don't know, and we're going to celebrate some Sierra wrestlers too. Wrestling can be a very lonely sport, especially when you didn't start as a 4-year-old, because most people start wrestling very, very early. So to jump in late as a female wrestler, wow.
Yes.
So we're so proud of all of our wrestlers we're going to honor tonight, but so proud of you, Stacia.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere, Stacia. We're going to take a picture with you. Yeah. Bear with this audience. We have a lot of pictures to take, okay? Okay, now Sierra State wrestlers. Donnie Herrera, Brendan Lee, and Jessica Raucho. Come on down. Mr. Delahoy, you can come down too.
How you guys doing?
Doing well. Tell us about your experience.
I'd say this year was really really good for me actually. I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about wrestling. I can carry it on to later in my life. If it wasn't for Coach Delaware, Coach Roscom, I wouldn't be where I am today. So thank you guys.
My experience was really good. I really enjoyed the season and getting close with everyone on the team. And I appreciate Delahoy and Roscoe a lot for pushing me through all the practices and like making me feel more appreciated. Yeah, that's it.
I just want to say the biggest thing I get is, like, I've had both of these now for 4 years because it's my 4th year coaching, and you see him as a freshman in that statement that we start first year, it seems like it's too late. And even Donnie's not here, but they all had losing records their freshman year. And then their sophomore year, you start to see the light. And then by junior, senior year, you start seeing them. So see that growth out of them each year. That's really important. And then something that we said over here that's really great is the one thing wrestling has over, I think, all sports, and I coach 3 of them. So I know a lot about the sports, but I think we form a family more than anything because we have to spend 6 days a week, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, leave at 4 o'clock in the morning. So that's all we do. It's for that 3 months. It's just, we become
I think we become as coaches, their or their parents, and then they just start to make little brothers and sisters out of everybody. And so it's really cool to see them grow as freshmen all the way up to seniors.
Okay, we're taking pictures again. All right. I know you've been waiting. Sierra girls basketball team. Aspen McLean, Deja Burns, Stacia Calhoun Pope, Amaya Burrell, Psalm Mobley White, Timony Livingston, Isabella Gonzalez, and Raiden Muster, the manager, and the coach, if you're here. Okay, come on up.
You missed 2 names.
I missed 2 names. You can tell 'em who the names are.
Senior Zion Nicholson and freshman Kiani Nobles. Okay, that's all.
Well, tell us about the season and the impact.
This season was challenging because we started off with 2 returning starters. We brought in 2. Let's see, I remember here. We brought in a senior transfer who's not here right now, Trey, and then we brought in a freshman, Bella, in the back, who played every game for varsity. So incorporating the old and the new took some time to build some chemistry. We had some ups and some downs. Felt like there's some games we should have won, but we fought hard. Was able to make it to the playoffs, got the bid in for the playoffs. Had to travel out to Glenwood Springs. First time for me going out west for a playoff game. We lost in double overtime, unfortunately. But the girls fought hard, played hard to the end of the whistle. So very proud of them. Can I elaborate some more? Just a couple special things. Our 2 seniors, Zion and Deja, were selected to play in the All-League All-Star game tomorrow night down in Pueblo. Deja also was invited to play this Sunday up in Denver for another All-Star game, which is the CCGS All-Star game, which you remember your daughter played in, right? So that's a very special one. It's nothing but for seniors on Sunday. So that's a special one for that one. And then one more thing about young Deja. Okay. I know it's a team sport, but I want to give a little individual recognition. She played 3 years of high school basketball and finished her career 4th all time in the state in block shots. All right. She's only the 5th lady to record over 400 blocks in her career. So I just want to pass that on.
So she's a force in the lane. I wouldn't want to drive on her. But I did hear a rumor that your principal was up at the playoff game and acting a fool on the sideline. Was that true?
No, no, no.
No?
no.
Okay.
He was on the sideline cheering,
Okay.
cheering. Correct, ladies?
Nice
Correct-
cover, nice
correct,
cover.
parents? Correct, parents? The parents that drove, right? They're all here. Ted's the shooter. Ted's the shooter. Locked in. We're locked in. Before it came out. Should have patented it.
Okay, does any of the players, the seniors, please come say something.
Hi.
Uh-huh.
I just like to say over the 4 years that I've been playing basketball, I really grew as a family. I feel like over time, I mean, we start out all kind of nervous, like, am I going to fit in with the team? And I feel like over time with team bonding and kind of building those relationships, it's really become that family. And thanks to all my coaches, through the changes and the challenges that, upcome, that I'm really thankful for my team and my coaches and all the lessons that they've taught me.
I'd say as a transfer, I transferred last year during my junior year. And I'd say my favorite thing was the fact that I built a family. I didn't play basketball for a year and a half, and then I came to Sierra and I got right back into it. And I feel like I developed a lot of personal skills and also basketball skills. So.
All right, good afternoon, good evening. So she's a senior. She was afraid to come up and say something. Um, reason I got up is because this is my third daughter to play for Sierra. I was grateful enough with this senior class that's graduating to be part of the coaching staff. So just to watch all of them grow and to give Coach Joe a big hand for taking us on because we're a challenging family. So I am thankful for everything we went through.
This has a unique coaching situation too, if you're not aware, board. One of the coaches is a former player, alumni, and a current teacher, Miss Barnes. Mhm. And another coach is our current Assistant Director of Human Resources, Aisha. So all in the family. Mhm.
Me too.
We are so proud of you. So we're going to take a picture now. Mr. Bodwin? Mr. Vecchio?
He's not trying to listen.
Is that Mr. Vecchio?
He's like, what?
Is that Mr. Vecchio? Thank you so very much. All right. So that was student recognitions. We're going to item 4.2, which is a special recognition. The Harrison School District 2 Board of Education extends its sincere appreciation to Catherine Ritchie Rapp. For her dedicated service to our district during her nearly 3 years with D2 and through her broader career serving D11 and the El Paso County Public Defender's Office, Catherine has brought both deep expertise and a steady, thoughtful presence to her work. As our in-house legal counsel, Catherine has been an invaluable partner to the board, superintendent, district departments, and our schools. She has skillfully navigated complex legal matters ranging from student and staff issues to special education and our favorite Cora requests, always with professionalism and sound judgment. Just as importantly, she has built strong, trusting relationships across the organization, grounded in her approachable and easygoing demeanor. Catherine's contributions have strengthened our district in meaningful and lasting ways. While we will miss her greatly, we are grateful for the impact she has made and the solid foundation she leaves behind. We wish her all the best in this next chapter and thank her for helping move D2 forward. You know, it is.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I don't have many words. Okay, I'll say something. Well.
You're an attorney.
Well, so I was sitting in the lobby trying to finish a Cora request for a gentleman who may be talking tonight. And I got a text from my husband saying, hey, and I texted back, hi. He said, turn around. Oh, what are you doing here? We came in the boardroom and then I thought, wait a second. You were invited here. Well, I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you. It's been such a pleasure working here. I know it's only been 3 years, but gosh, I appreciate you taking a chance on me. We didn't have an in-house legal counsel and you let me start. And now the person coming in to take over for me is going to do a stand-up job continuing growing the office. So thank you so much. It has been all my pleasure. That's it. That's all I got.
Do any board members have any words before we go and take a picture?
I do. As many of you know, Catherine and I go back a long, long way. We started in another school district, so it has been my pleasure and honor to have her serve D2 because I knew she'd do a great job, and I'm so proud of you. I'm sorry to see you go, but I love you.
I also appreciate you, Catherine, just the way you present the legal information to us and all the legislation. And even when it's tough, your smile, you will be missed. I will sincerely miss you. And I just thank you for all that you've done and your impact these last 3 years. And, this new journey, enjoy it. Just enjoy it. Mhm.
I appreciate you, Richie Rapp. We
we were partnered up. We were school buddies for a year, and that was always fun. So, and thank you for keeping me out of trouble too. So, she's been my babysitter at times. Sometimes I get a little rowdy and they have to assign somebody to me, but it's good. It's good. It's been fun, Richie Rap. I'm gonna miss you.
You too.
Yeah, Catherine, or we lovingly call you Richie Rap, or that's what I prefer because it sounds like the hardest legal counsel name in the history. Um, I know we haven't gotten to know each other because I started in this last couple months of you being here, but I can already tell you that I will miss you. I enjoyed that one meeting we did have where we talked about legislation. But I can, your brightness, your enthusiasm, your optimism, keeping things real. That's the way I see Richie Rap finishing out before moving on to this next chapter. So thank you so much, Catherine, for all your hard work and from everything that the board members have said. You have been an incredible asset to this team. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
So the board might not know, and you might wouldn't think this, but the biggest jokester on our executive team is Catherine.
Oh.
So we will miss the jokester, the one that brings just smiles in a time of crisis. She just helps us all kind of norm back to calm and enjoy the experience. And, some of the things we handle are not easy, but she always just navigates it with ease and never makes you nervous. And, she's accurate. We started a legal counsel position with her and we didn't really know exactly how that would develop. And so, she'd say, do you want me to do this? Yes, I do. Sure. What else we should do? So she's just been so flexible and so changing the role to what we need in D2 and created an opportunity as she retires and enjoys the rest of her life to bring on someone into that role, which is huge to be able to leave it better than you found it. And so executive team owes you a lot, a lot, a lot. She said she'll still come back and water my plants every Friday. So we still got her on the hook for that.
Oh wow. So this is honestly it's sad to say that for you to go, but at the same time it's also very great, especially from the conversations we had onto the car way home from all the way in city council. It was just very great to honestly see outside of like work how amazing of a person that you are. You seem like you're an amazing mom too from everything that I was hearing. So I just really do appreciate you just everything you have done for D2 and especially being along my journey as a student board representative.
Thank you, Aiden.
Even as a student who has a little bit of a different viewpoint from the adults, I just want to say that I can tell you've had such a big impact on the district. And I just want you to know that the work you've done is so valuable and just know that you'll be so missed. And I wish you the best on this next journey of your life.
Thank you very much. I look forward to seeing what you two do.
Well, there's really not much left to say other than we wish you well. And we just want you to live long and be happy. That's the main thing. But thank you is the biggest word to say from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you for everything that you've done for us. You're not being replaced. No one can replace a Richie Rap. We get one of those per lifetime. We're glad it was you. Thank you for sharing your wife with us. So with that being said, we have something for you. So we're going to take a picture. And Mr. Richie Rap, you should be in the picture too. right. We are now at item 4.3, which is public comment. Members of the public who desire to address the board on any topic related to board work are welcome to do so at this time. Speakers must limit their remarks to not more than 3 minutes and appoint a spokesperson if the concern is a group concern. Personal attacks will not be allowed. Focus on an individual by name and or position with the district will end a speaker's comment time period. The board will not respond to any public comment in substance. We will review the information presented and provide responses as needed at a later time. So at this time, first of all, we have Rance Bergeron from Harrison High School. Ms. Norma will give you the time limit on that. So she'll let you know when to speak, and you have 3 minutes.
Thank you. Awesome. Good evening, District Board and District Student Representatives. I am Brant Bergeron, and I am here with a document I'm pretty sure I gave to you guys. The purpose of this document that I also have in front of me is to provide observations and assist in the realization of the importance of reinforced political education within the school system, especially within this district and our schools. And I just want to draw attention to the educational deficit in terms of our system of government our country is established upon, further discussing the importance of political classes in a nation that heavily relies on these understandings to function in its intended purposes. How I see it, the education across this nation is failing politically. Many students find themselves unable to give me like what they know about the amendments of our nation. I try to see if anyone knew at least 10, but majority cannot recall more than 3 of the amendments. I do recognize that this district and many other districts do employ other classes that kind of help with that civics education. However, we do it super early on in students' educational lifespan, which is a problem because these students are unable to recall this information later on and will end up forgetting it. So I am in interest of getting a political education class towards like junior and senior classes especially, so that students will be able to acknowledge and retain any lessons, anything about their nation and in terms of the politics their nation runs on, so that they may be able to enter the political world without any issues and can protect themselves legally. I have given certain sources, one of which is Political Engagement and Civic Education. William A. Galston says that political knowledge as a public good is essential for democratic function. Politics is not just about the sides we choose, but the solutions we provide to the affairs of the people. And then over on the second page is another source, educating the generation Gen Z. Many lack the evaluative skills needed to filter hoaxes, propaganda, and low quality information, which is troublesome for most students because many students, especially in our generation, are very susceptible to these issues.
You have 30 seconds.
30 seconds? Okay. Another source points out schools lacking structured political education programs that help avoid controversial issues or avoiding that just make it hard to get into political discussions. Other than that, student opinions do favor this and they wish to make that change within Harrison School District. Petitions are provided.
Your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing
Yes, thank
this
you.
information. We appreciate your time. Right, next we have Kevin Hughes on behalf of Drivers Ed. Again, limit your time to 3 minutes, and Ms. Norma will give you start time.
Great, thank you. Great. Good evening, members of the board. My name is Kevin Hughes, and I'm the owner of American Driving Academy. We are Colorado's largest driving school, headquartered right here in Colorado Springs, with over 15 locations across the Front Range, helping more than 4,000 students each month work toward earning their driver's license. We've been deeply connected to this community for a long time. My mom, Melanie, who is here with me tonight, started American Driving Academy in 1999. For many years, we taught directly out of Sierra High School, and since then, we've continued serving students in this district for over 2 decades. In fact, next Monday, we're starting our spring break 30-hour class, and it already includes many students from this district. We've worked with thousands of District 2 families, and one of our most senior instructors, Keith, who is also here with me tonight, lives in this district and has been teaching local students full-time for more than 15 years. Because of that long-standing relationship, I was surprised to see that the district and both high schools are currently promoting Drive Safe Driving School for driver's education. Drive Safe's closest location to this community is in Castle Rock, which is a significant distance for families here. Meanwhile, we have an office just minutes from your high schools in your district. Even more concerning is the pricing. The district website lists Drive Safe's 30-hour online course at $65. For comparison, we offer that same course to the public for $39.85, and for partner schools, $29.85. And our online course is the highest rated in Colorado, built with professionally filmed videos right here on the streets in Colorado Springs. So as it stands today, families in this district are being directed to a provider that is both farther away and significantly more expensive, while a long-standing local provider is not being represented. And when a district partners with a local driving school, families gain access to much more than just an online course, also in-person classes, driving lessons, and drive testing within their own community. I want to be clear, this isn't about being salesy. It's about making sure families are aware of a local, accessible, and more complete option that has been serving this community since 1999. We've shown up for this district for decades, teaching in your schools, working with your
30
students.
seconds.
Thank you. Attending events and continuing to invest in this community. With the upcoming 2027 law changes requiring driver's education for all students under the age of 18, the visibility of a trusted local provider will matter even more. At a minimum, families should be able to see and consider a local option like ours alongside any others being promoted. I'll be following up with the district after this meeting to connect with the appropriate person so you can help guide me on the right process
Your
to
time's
ensure
up.
families are aware of local options. Thank you all for your time.
Thank you so much for sharing, and your information will be reviewed.
Mr. Hughes, do you have a card or something that we can follow up with you? You can give it to Ms. Laffer right there, just so we can follow up with the right.
Thank you.
We are moving on to item 5, communicating with the board. 5.1 is student board rep report. We have Mr. Aiden Gallegos and Miss Marissa Don Juan.
Okay, I'm sorry you guys are probably sick of hearing from Sierra. You had a big old presentation from them. Okay, starting with celebrations, we have Elijah Smith. If you guys aren't familiar with him, he is a Sierra alumni. He is in the UFC and he is slowly climbing the ranks of UFC. He actually just recently won another fight. And this past wrestling season, he actually trained with our wrestling team. Another celebration is Deja Burns. I know Coach Joe mentioned it earlier when she was here, but she made first team All League. She is participating in the Colorado Coaches of Girls Sports Basketball All-Star Game, and she's also on the CSML North All-Star team. And then Zion Nicholson, which he also mentioned, made second team All League, and she will be part of the CSML North All-Star team. And then Jamari Hampton Robinson from our boys basketball team made second team all league. And then our AP government class took a trip to the Capitol and they got to have a meeting with the Senate. And then Miss JK, she had students working with the city on city planning. So it was a group of students and there was people from the city that came in and presented like their plan and the students got to give their input on that. For concerns, there's only one. So we did get off-campus lunch taken away for the rest of the year. And students were really upset about that. Obviously, they love to walk to McDonald's or go to the gas station. And so they're upset that they can't do that anymore. And then for events, we have SAT and PSAT testing on April 15th, 16th, and 17th. For this, we have community partners that come in to like help welcome the kids in. The past couple years that I've been at Sierra, Mr. Bowden is always outside the front door with a microphone and a speaker, and he's singing to the kids and he's welcoming them in. So he helps like create a really positive testing environment to get good vibes going before they have to sit down and take a multi-hour test. We have CMAS science testing the second week of April, which is for juniors. There's also a CTE Space Foundation event coming up at the Zalman Center. So this is where students get to meet astronauts and like talk to them. And then for sports events, we have girls soccer games at home versus Mesa Ridge on March 30th and Whitefield at April 7th. I encourage you guys to come out to those. And then we also have a girls tennis match versus Pueblo South at Sierra on April 2nd. And yeah, that is it.
Well, I don't have as much, and that's very impressive already. But I do have some stuff from Harrison High School. For some recent arts partnership is with a band visit. Actually, on March 13th, 2026, a guest conductor, Michelle, from the Colorado Springs Philharmonic led a rehearsal with the Harrison Band. And the impact was definitely with professional instructions and enhanced performance opportunities for music students. Another thing is I recently received an email is that for students, specifically seniors, a lot of them are actually getting an NCAA information night on March 30th, 2026 from 5 to 6 p.m. at the Zalman Center. And it's going to be for student athletes and families. And it's pretty much just going to be guidance on NCAA eligibility and steps to begin as early as freshman year. For our spring of sports events, for baseball, we have boys varsity that's right past. Well, for soccer, girls varsity, we have March 24th, 2026 for away versus Elizabeth High School. But other than that, that's pretty much just the main updates at Harrison High School currently at the moment.
Thank you for that report. You both did an excellent job of presenting this evening. We are to item 6.1. It is resolution for the month of the military child, 2026. Mr. Williams, if you don't mind, could you please read this resolution?
Madam President, Harrison School District Number 2, resolution appreciation of Purple Star families, military families, students of military families. Whereas the month of April 2026 has been designated nationally as the month of the military child to underscore the important role military children play in the armed forces community. And whereas the children of military parents experience a lifestyle filled with frequent transitions and challenges that many of their peers outside the military community do not face. And whereas many military children endure extended separations from one or both parents due to deployments, training, and other military obligations. Sometimes service member parents are killed in the line of duty, which presents far greater stressors to children and families. And whereas attending multiple schools can create difficulties with curriculum variations, academic continuity, and extracurricular opportunities. And whereas on average, military children relocate 6 to 9 times before graduating high school, often adapting to new schools, friends, and environments. And whereas, despite these challenges, military children develop strong adaptability, independence, and a sense of duty to their families and country. Whereas Harrison School District 2 provides supports to children of service members as they transition between schools to address their distinct needs and prepare them to graduate as well-rounded citizens. And whereas The physical, social, and emotional well-being of children in military families is essential to their success and has a direct impact on the resiliency of military families serving our country. And whereas it is both fitting and proper that special recognition be given to ensuring military children feel safe and supported in our schools and communities so that their parents can focus on the challenges and missions they face in the line of duty. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Board of Education of Harrison School District Number 2 hereby proclaims the month of April 2026 to be the month of appreciation for Purple Star families, military families, students of military families in Harrison School District 2. In witness whereof we have unto set our hands and caused the official seal of Harrison School District Number 2 to be hereunto affixed this 19th day of March 2026.
Thank you very much. That is, I think, one of the more important resolutions that we've put into place. And I can see how meaningful it is to military veterans as I'm watching Elizabeth Cavedo almost in tears. So we really value the contribution of our military and have great understanding of what it means for the children. So anyway, thank you for the opportunity to provide. We are moving on to item 7, which is the board consent agenda. 7.1, approval of minutes, combined board work session and board meeting February 5th, 2026. 7.2, OE10, communicating with the public, monitoring report, 3/19/2025. 7.3, OE9, communicating with the board, indicator report, 3/19/2025. And approval of the 2026-2027 board calendar. Item 7.5, I just need a recommended motion, please.
Madam President, I move to approve the board consent agenda.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Williams to approve the board consent agenda. Second by Dr. Pam Robinson. All those in favor? Aye. It's approved. Item 8, superintendent consent agenda. Item 8.1, March personnel and comparison report. I just need a recommended motion to approve the board consent agenda.
Madam President, I move to approve the superintendent consent agenda.
Second.
Motion to approve the board consent agenda by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Frazier. All those in favor? Aye. Approved. Going on to item 9, it is monitoring board performance. We have item 9.1, which is the annual work plan.
On the 31st, when students return from spring break on that Tuesday, you all will be interviewing the student board candidates at Harrison High School on the morning of the 31st. Also, April 11th, a couple of people asked about the ECOC Gala. And if anyone is interested in going, please let me know so that I can purchase your tickets. And that's all I've got.
I would like to add a board retreat for April. If we could decide on which Friday everyone's schedule would accommodate.
District's closed on the 24th.
Yes. Church. Yes. Yeah. Is the 17th good for everyone else? Okay. So we'll do the 17th at 3, and we'll
And-
get you the details.
And the purpose?
Board retreat, I'll get you the purpose of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You need any staff to be present or to be presenting or sharing anything, just let us know.
Thank you. All right. Moving on to item 9.2 is legislative updates.
State still has no money and the budget forecast just came out this afternoon and it's not cute. It's very bad. But we have been very active testifying. So Catherine testified on a bill for Senator Exum about housing and that passed through. Dr. Page testified on a bill about they wanted to do automatic enrollment into advanced placement classes. We testified against it because it's targeting kids to put into classes just because of some score versus that's their will and that's what they want to do. It's really a site-based decision. We already offer those classes to all kids who are interested. And so it seems like it's coming out of a Dougco school. And so it seems like they need to just fix some of their internal processes because they can already do that in their system. I testified on a bill to create a task force to allow superintendents to sit on any rulemaking for CDE so we could give input into the rules and decisions being made. That did not pass, and it is not a fan of CDE, of course. It will come back up next year. And then I also testified on a bill to shorten the length of state testing. We need testing and we need accountability, but to have instruction shut down for a whole month effectively, that's what April looks like. It doesn't get our bang for our buck, and we could be using those days and minutes to actually instruct versus continue to assess. So that did pass out and it will go to the full committee in 2 weeks. Continuing to watch school finance, that's the major thing of what they're going to do with it. Of course, the legislators and the governor who just got out of the negative factor don't want the negative factor to come back. So they are really trying to do anything to not have that come back, including cutting grants, cutting homeschool funding, cutting anything possible. Superintendents and CFOs had said, just let the negative factor come back so you can just be honest of what's really happening instead of trying to cover things. Ms. Arcurice, do you and Gus have anything to share? Gus knows all the information because he has to go to all the meetings.
Good evening, board members. I just want to give a couple of numbers out to you that just came out today. Two different numbers came out from the Joint Budget Committee. One is that the deficit is at 1.4 billion, which is worse than we expected, and the other one is 1 billion. I never thought I'd say I'm hoping that the deficit is 1 billion instead of 1.4, but those are the two numbers that the legislature is going to have to grapple with. There is not an appetite to, as I've explained before, the two biggest buckets in the Colorado state budget are K-12 and Medicaid. And right now, the legislators don't have an appetite to touch Medicaid. So that means that yes, K-12 is probably going to take the brunt of this hit. And like Dr. Berhansel just explained, we'd prefer from a financial perspective that they bring back the negative factor so that it's transparent and they can clearly say how much they're taking away from schools. For us, since all the negative factors, I think I forwarded that to you. It equates to about $137 million that have been taken away from our district when they had that implemented. So if they bring it back, it's going to mean millions of dollars. So I just wanted to put some numbers to what Dr. Berhansel just said.
Yes, the only happy part was to watch Gus walk. All right. Thank you so very much, Dr. Berhansel and Mrs. Arcurice. We're going on to item 9.3, which is board updates. So at this time, it's open to any board member who wishes to share.
I spent some time at Deerfield this week with some of our students from Mountain Vista. They had a group session and we played a little volleyball. They didn't know that I was an international volleyball champion and I got picked last. And it's crazy to me, but you know, I got picked last, and I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You guys don't know. I gotta show you. So it was fun. It was fun. One of our community members, Shaquan, it was some of her students from her group. She brings some of her students to her facility just off of Academy and Airport. Yes, mentally ill. Yep, that's their facility over there. It was pretty good. It was fun. It was fun to hang out with the kids. I got a little tan too, so we were out there in the sun. It was one of those hot days.
So I was able to get interviewed at Sand Creek. It was just the cutest thing. It was the TAP students, and it was just so wonderful to meet with them and to even be requested to come back. So that was just what was so special. And I've just been visiting tons of sports and community events and talking to parents. And I went to the last middle school, Carmel Panorama game yesterday. And in talking to Principal Kelly, she was sharing with me how the aunt of our student that we lost, she mentioned that having years of experience here in D2 because of children and family, but this incident is just how D2 truly is a family. And so that really touched my heart too, with the outpour of leadership and making sure they're okay. So as always, there's a bump or two in the road, but boy, are we smoothing them out. So we're just having a great time in the community and at all the activities.
I just want to, Eden and I were in the same room a couple of weeks ago for the Southeast Strong Plan. The city planner, Paige Salisbury, and the city planning department came and presented both to Sierra High School and also to Harrison High School. I had the ability to join Harrison High School with a bunch of really incredibly bright students talking about the future of this area of the Southeast where we call home. And discussing some of the measures within the Southeast Strong Plan. I know Dr. Berhansel, you were part of the original committee for that. It has been 5 years in the making, and it was such an honor to hear such incredible feedback from students about the Southeast Strong Plan, and I think the possibilities that exist within there. So again, just want to give a shout out to our wonderful high school student leads here, but it's just a really important piece of legislation that we hope gets passed in front of City Council.
Several of us had the opportunity to review the guidelines for serving as a student board rep on our school board at Harrison High School. I also had an opportunity to visit Fox Meadow Middle School, and I'd like to stress that the school is in need of partnerships, and the principal and staff, anything, if you all know any organization or entity that wishes to partner at Fox Meadow, please contact the principal. We also attended the Latino Community Luncheon, which at that time they recognized women, Hispanic women, and had a very good speaker. Also on Friday, the D2 STEM Challenge competition at Carmel was outstanding. Outstanding. Those children those children from several elementary schools in our district, and K-8 schools too, in our district. What was so amazing is the girls, how if their motorized vehicle or their house didn't function properly, they took charge and they said, no, let's go over here and fix it. And it was just so amazing to see those kids. And this year we were outside, so it was really, really good. So I really enjoy that. And then to top it off, Sierra High School had their community culture night, and I have never had such spicy food in my life. Oh my, some of it was so spicy, it was, I know smoke was coming out of my ears. So, but yeah, it was hot. The salsa was hot, the Thai soup was hot. And you know, being a board member is not always easy. So anyway, yeah, it was a wonderful time. Yes, yeah, well, yeah. So anyway, thank you. It was a wonderful month of activities, and I really appreciated having the opportunity to visit our schools.
Well, there's not much left for me to report on, other than I had an opportunity to sit in on the CASB Legislative Resolutions and Advocacy Committee. They have those every second, 2 Fridays a month or something. Yeah, yes, that. JJ also sits as a district representative for CASB for our region, but it was really just a great opportunity to learn about what bills are currently in committee or being pushed through during this legislative session. So it's just continuing on from the work where all of us had the opportunity to go to Washington, D.C. and be on that national platform, but just to be a little bit more engaged on the local level. So we are a busy board with good things. So thank you, everyone. We are so happy to be at item number 10. Does anyone have anything additional before we close out? So with that being said, we are at 10.1, and I just need a recommended motion, please.
Madam President, with no further business, I move to adjourn the Board of Education board meeting.
Second.
Motion to adjourn by Mr. Williams, second by Ms. Tamayo. All those in favor? Aye. We are now adjourned. Thank you.
Safe travels for spring break. If anyone is fortunate enough to be traveling.